have to introduce our speaker, none other than the grandson of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who played a pivotal role in the last waning years of his presidency and further cementing and lubricating and tightening up this relationship that has been the envy of the entire rest of the world. It may be the target of all of its adversaries, all of its critics, all of its anti-well-wishers there, but those who are in the field know otherwise, and none know it better than Delano Roosevelt, who's a member of our board of directors. Delano Roosevelt is not just the grandson of a famous American leader. He's a personage and political and national figure and treasure in his own right. He's been elected to represent his community in Long Beach, California. His father was a member of Congress. That brought him to Washington, where he could study with the pages that are interns, in effect, to members of our national legislative body. His father was also ambassador to the United Nations organizations in Geneva, so he had an international schooling there and an exposure, direct, empirical, not theoretical, but actual, to how foreign policy is implemented through institutionalized and organized approaches. He's an environmentalist as well, so on the issues of climate change and renewables and transitioning to cleaner energy, he's a specialist in that and an accomplished one at that. Please welcome Delano Roosevelt.
Well, after one of Dr. John Duke, Anthony's introduction, I feel I could literally float over here to the podium, and the rest of the day I'm just going to float out of here. And it's so generous and it's so heartfelt that I can't even articulate what it means to me. And I thank you very much. And he was absolutely correct in referring to a legacy that has gone on since February of 1945. And he did mention Franklin D. Roosevelt, who is my grandfather. But there's also another key player in this, which is His Royal Highness's grandfather as well, King Abdulaziz bin Saud, who my grandfather met with. And Prince Turki, His Royal Highness Prince Turki and I met years and years ago. And as true to his family, as true to his culture, he's been, which I'm proud to call him, friend, brother, and it's just been a wonderful relationship where he and his family have always been there for the United States. And in 2005 gave me an opportunity to engage professionally as well as through a philanthropic endeavor to engage with Saudi Arabia, which kind of kept that legacy that was begun by our two grandfathers moving forward. And it's been a wonderful adventure, a great honor, and I feel like it's a second family to me. And it's important that I take 3 minutes here because I'm looking around the room and seeing so many young faces, which is wonderful at an event like this. Well, to me, 80% of the room is young at my age, but I'm seeing true young faces, and it's very important that I think that you realize the legacy that had started in 1945 that really built and enabled a foundation that has enabled these two great nations to build these wonderful bridges of friendship, business to business and person to person. And the reason that that's important, that I feel so necessary to relate this feeling of mine to you and share it with you now, is because whether you all realize it or not. You are part of something that is so big picture, beyond Capitol Hill, beyond the houses of government in any part of Arabia or globally. What you all are participating in is a continuation of a process of maintaining peace through communication and interaction. In my field, I call it peace through commerce. And while they're all trying to figure out what to do next on Capitol Hill, which generally takes them some time, we're all very busy at continuing, regardless of what they say, to move forward together, person to person, and business and business. And if we can continue this effort, which you're doing just by the sheer fact that you're here today, you're part of it, you are responsible for it, and I applaud you all personally, from me to you, for deciding and making a decision that you are going to continue this relationship between these two great nations. So I thank you all very much. Thank you.